This is the third and final part in this series of videos where I explain the relationship between the expected and actual amount of shared DNA with relatives. You may wish to see my previous two videos as background to this. Remember, what follows was recorded before my post-COVID haircut, hence the different hair length. To summarise, you expect and essentially do share 50% of your DNA with your parents and children. There might be some slight little variations, but there's no significant difference. However, for other relationships, the expected DNA shared is only an average of all possibilities, and there can be some variation around this average. For siblings, the amount of shared DNA could be anywhere from 0% to 100%, but in 99% of cases, it's generally somewhere between about 40% and 60%, and the average is 50%. For first cousins, it could be anywhere from 0 to 50%, and 99% of the time it will be between about 7 and 19%, the average being 12.5%. In both cases, the average is the expected value, and that will be the case in pretty much all the relationships. Graphically, it will look something like this. So I'll draw the probability for the y-axis, so probability, and on the x-axis I will start at 0 and go up to 100%. So obviously it won't be any more than that. And halfway will be 50. So halfway, 25%, 75%, and half that, so you've got your 12.5%. That'll be 37.5%, and we have, what we got, 62.5, and that will be 87.5%. Okay, so for siblings, you'll have the expected value 50%, so it is also the average and where the peak of probability will be. And as you'll see, as I said, it will be, so it'll actually come down probably a lot sharper than that, so I've got a bad graph, but anyway, and it peters off to 0. Similarly, it will be a very sharp decline and will peter off to 0, or to 100% I should say. So that's your SIBs. So yes, you will expect it'll be around the half, and if not too far away. Now that's full SIBs, and now I'll look at full first cousins, and we expect it to be 12.5%, and similarly it'll be a peak up there. What did I say? 99% is in within 7%, so yeah, you expect a very sharp decline and peters off to 0. And 99% was within 19, so similarly, and it will peter off to 50%, because as I said, maximum is 50%. So yeah, I should do that right to the axis. So that's first cousins. And as you get more distant related, they will move closer and closer to zero. And eventually, yes, as you could see from my other diagram at the beginning, it's that close to zero. It would be very hard to discern on the graph. Once you get to second to third cousin relationship, so you will still get some matches because it will still identify those, but yes, you share very little DNA once you get beyond that point. Though note that some ancestral DNA companies use a method to calculate the percentage of shared DNA with matches that will show identical twins as only 50% matches and not 100%. And the average of full siblings will be 37.5%, not 50. There is also a minor difference for double first cousins, with the average being 23.4375% instead of 25%. But essentially, there is no difference for all the other matches, and shared centimorgans will be identical under both methodologies for all your matches. In a future video, I will discuss how the amount of shared DNA can be used to assist in determining how you and your match are related. So make sure you subscribe and click on the bell to be notified when I upload future videos. I'm David A. Elliott. Have a good one and see you around like a rissole.